would take Michael Parsons. He's Devin White. He's a bigger Devin White. Devin White is 6 foot, 237, ran 4.45. This kid is 6'3", 246, and ran 4.39.
4.39.
You love Pro Football Focus, so I'm going to give you what Pro Football Focus says. He's the highest graded linebacker in the last 7 years.
Yep.
Buckets Award winner. He opted out this year.
He opted out.
Now, what's scaring people is...
You've got a 1 year body of work.
Right.
Go ahead.
What's scaring people is that he has some off-the-field issues.
He has, yes.
So that's scaring a lot of people. But this kid, 14 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, over 100 tackles. Skip, he's sudden. He's when you watch him play, and then you watch him at his pro day, and you says, okay, now I see why he was able to make that play. Now I see how he got from point A to point B so suddenly. And that's what you want. You want a guy's pro day to match what you see on film. Man, he looks sudden. Damn, he looks impactful. He's explosive. Check, check, check. What I believe they'll do, they're going to take a corner. Now, you and I both like Pat Surtain II, but it seems to me we're hearing a lot of groundswell about J.C. Horn.
We are.
Because he's a press man-to-man corner.
Yep.
What did he give up? Nine completions the whole season.
Yep.
He took Kyle Pitts, kept him in check, 4 catches for 43
did
yards.
Pretty well against him.
So I don't think you can go wrong because I think they need both. Skip, look, Jalen Smith is a great story, but Jalen Smith ain't this kid Parsons. He was before he had that gruesome injury.
Yeah.
He was Michael Parsons before he had that gruesome injury.
I'll buy that.
I don't think Wolf Hunter has the kind of impact, the speed that this kid has. So I would take Parsons. Skip, when did Jerry ever cared about off-field issues? That's one of the things you need to have on your resume to get Jerry's attention.
Yep.
Jerry like a little bad boy. But for me,
he does.
I would take Parsons, but I believe they're going corner.
Yep.
I would take, for me, having seen Pat Surtain the most, knowing his dad, knowing how fundamentally sound that is,
yep.
He's as fluid, as he checks all the boxes, health, no off-field issues, I would take Surtain. But what I'm starting to hear is a groundswell for J.C. Horn. They need to go defense. Get the sugar plum, what do you say, visions of sugar plum dancing in his head? He needs to get rid of those sugar plums and just get something very, very simple. I don't know what's the opposite of sugar plum, but he needs to get something, get a date, get a fig, get some raisins, get something that's bland, but that works that you need. And that's what he needs as a corner or an impactful linebacker. And so I believe one of those top 3 defensive players will go to the Cowboys.
The sugar plum reference was from 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And last night was the night before Christmas for Jerry Jones.
Yes.
Because today and tonight is Christmas Day for Jerry. Because I don't know if is he going to be on his yacht again tonight? He probably will be. And he will be center of attention. So here's my biggest problem with Jerry Jones. The older he has gotten now, as he's going on 80 years of age, the more addicted he has gotten to the spotlight.
Yeah.
And the more he gets addicted to the spotlight, the more he knows, I got to do something crazy. I got to shock the world. And we're going to talk about this a little later, but Kyle Pitt's father said that he just believes, and surely he's hearing this from his son and representatives of his son, that Jerry's going to shock the world. Well, Jerry already said, I'm not going to trade up for Kyle Pitts because that would require an inordinate amount of value to go up. It would be trading up for a quarterback to get a receiver.
Yeah, Skip, at the 10 to go to 4, oh, you giving up 2022 and 23 first rounders.
Okay, so that is, I hope that doesn't happen as much as you know I love Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I know you want Kyle Pitts.
Okay, so I'll say it one more time. If by long shot, 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance that Kyle Pitts falls to 10, I would be very happy for Jerry just to say, I'm sorry, I know I got to fix my defense, but he's too good.
He's not getting past Miami at 6.
Okay, I got it. I just said 1,000,000,000 to 1. On the 1,000,000,000 to 1 shot that he actually falls to 10th, it's not going to happen.
What about trade 10 to 6? Are you willing to grade 10 to 6?
No, I'm not. It would cost too much. And the defense is just too pathetically bad. It is pathetic. It was all-time. It was arguably the worst defense in the history of my franchise.
How you say in one breath the defense is pathetically bad, historically bad for the Cowboys?
Because I told you maybe 6 weeks ago, Kyle Pitts in this draft will be better at his position than any of these quarterbacks will be at playing quarterback. That's how transcendent he's going to be. He will change somebody's life. We're about to talk about Atlanta's life. We'll talk about that in a moment. But if he just fell in your lap, you would just say, we got to take him. What happened last year? Jerry was on cloud 9 because CeeDee Lamb, my guy from the University of Oklahoma, and I told you from the start, he's the best receiver in the draft. They had him 6th overall on their board,
right.
and he fell, where were they, 17?
17.
So he fell
right.
all the way, and Jerry was ecstatic because 2 things happened. He got another playmaker on offense because offense sells. That's box office. And it sold Jerry because it made Jerry the star of the night. I got CeeDee Lamb, you know, and it was insanity, but I loved it. And again, it was the right pick to make at that point. But now that you have your CD, do I think Kyle Pitts will be better than CD? Yes, I do. Yeah. But CD's pretty good.
He is, Skip, but here's the thing. You said if he fell into your lap, I look at it as Jerry being married. If you married, you can't let another lady sit on your lap. You're like, no, I'm married. So in this situation right here, Skip Bayless, you need a defensive guy.
There's a joke there, but I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, what I'm saying, Skip, you know what I'm talking about. You should be married to one of those defensive players. That's what you need, Skip.
Okay, I got it.
Your head hard. You did it last year.
Okay, I got it. I do not disagree with you because Jerry said 2 days ago, it's very possible that we will have the pick of the litter of the defensive players. They will have the first defensive player off the board, very possibly at number 10.
Which is unheard of at number 10.
Okay.
Think about this, Skip. In the common draft, we've never had a defensive player go this late, I don't think.
It's just because 4 quarterbacks could go, maybe 5, I don't know, could go early, and then you got
wide receiver, tight ends.
You got lots of wide receiver,
and
tight
offensive
ends,
linemen.
And one for sure, Penei Sewell.
Yes.
Okay, so that could push defense all the way to Jerry Jones. So you could sit back at number 10 and say, we can take any defensive player in the entire draft, and it is loaded with defensive talent.
Right.
Okay, I do not disagree with you that Micah Parsons is the best overall player. He just is. I told you that the other day. Yeah. Okay, now we're starting to nitpick on need. And Jerry's quote 2 days ago was, don't get stupid on need.
Right.
Okay, but this is close enough. This is close enough. You definitely need a cornerback.
Yes.
Patrick Surtain is a blue-blooded stud because his father wasn't just a cornerback, he was a Pro Bowl cornerback.
I played against his dad. His dad was legit.
He was legit, and he taught son everything he knew, and the dad is still a coach.
Yes.
So he coached his son, and he taught him well.
Right.
Patrick Surtain is the kind of player who will make 10 Pro Bowls. Seriously. He well could be a perennial Pro Bowler from maybe starting 2 years from now on for the next 10 years. That is money in your bank.
Well, the thing is the comparison, Skip, you know, when guys coming out, they do a comparison. They say the comparison to him is Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah.
Marlon Humphrey is a 2-time Pro Bowl. He's an all-pro player with the Baltimore Ravens. He's solid. Okay. And that's Pat Surtain.
Okay, but yet Todd Archer, who covers for ESPN, covers the Cowboys, he's got them taking J.C. Horn. And to your point, there's been a groundswell about J.C. Horn. Right. Well, his father played. He didn't play cornerback. He played receiver. Right. You played against him.
I played against Joe.
Joe Horn.
Yep.
And Mike McCarthy coached Joe Horn as the offensive coordinator at the Saints. And the new
who's also a Pro Bowl player.
Okay, also a Pro Bowl player. And now we got a new coordinator in Dallas, Dan Quinn, who's very close to Will Muschamp, who is the coach at South Carolina. And I'm sure he's getting all the inside stuff on J.C. Horn, who, you know, I saw a quote on NFL.com this morning from an anonymous quote from an evaluator who said he could be special. So look at the measurables on J.C. Horn. 6'1", 205, he ran 4.39 at his pro day.
Right.
Micah Parsons ran 4.39. So as a linebacker, I know, okay, I got it. But he also bench pressed 19 times. Did J.C. Horn? That's pretty good for a cornerback. That's very good, yeah. Okay. The times I watched him, he plays with a T.O. kind of rage. He is a man-to-man travel corner. He wants your best guy. Wherever he goes, I'm going to go get him. And I'm going to fight him to the death. And there's a lot of hand fighting. There's some clutching. There's some grabbing. He's not great as a ball hawk. But man, he will just fight you as a man-to-man, lockdown, shutdown type corner. Okay, now let's look at Patrick Surtain's measurables.
They're very
6'2", 208, so he's an inch taller, but about the same size, weight. But he ran 4.46, which is not bad, but it's not 4.39. Okay, so I got it. J.C. Horn might be slightly more athletic, if you want, or whatever that thing is. He might be a little more special athlete, but I don't think he can play cornerback the way Patrick Surtain can just lock you up, textbook lock you up. He can play zone. He can do anything you want to do. And you want to talk about ball hawk who can leap, and at the height of the ball, he can go up and snatch it.